Ladies and gents, we are America, the weak, the sick, the feeble. With the new daily record of 40,000 plus coronavirus cases in the U.S., the situation has become dire. Almost 4 months since the so-called peak of this pandemic, we are now seeing surging cases of coronavirus in a mind-boggling 36 of 50 states. Florida, Texas, Arizona have all recorded new record high cases. Florida achieved a new daily record high yesterday of over 10,000, and every day they break their own record. Thousands of more people are dying every day. They're running out of hospital beds. New coronavirus cases are surging in the Northwest states as well. Ladies and gents, this country is on the precipice of an even higher level of global pandemic. As this new surge of coronavirus cripples our nation, we loom under a dark cloud as we all celebrate the start of summer. The winter of coronavirus is only beginning. Once considered the greatest country, we are now the laughingstock of the world. While Europe and Asia have bent the curve and steadily reduced their infections, we, the United States of America, have miserably failed, with so many states ignoring the CDC guidelines and reopening in late April and early May. Did it really take rocket science to figure out that this latest surge in coronavirus was not an inevitability? This future was not hard to see. In my past video, The Hammer and the Dance, I talk about Thomas Puglio's prediction that stop and start infections would be the norm, and that openings and reopenings would persist until we came up with a vaccine. Check out the video, it's right there. I wasn't the only one. Great minds and top health experts predicted the world over that new coronavirus cases would surge 3 to 4 weeks after Memorial Day celebrations. And this doesn't even account for the spread of the virus from the massive protests all over the country, whose effects are still widely unknown. This is happening right now, and history will prove that the federal government's inaction and failure to contain the virus will go down as one of the greatest public health disasters in history. The federal government has tried to deny it, but they can no longer play this silly game. After suspending coronavirus public briefings for 52 days, hoping this pandemic would go away, head of coronavirus task force Mike Pence had to schedule a coronavirus briefing to address the elephant in the room. You'll remember only 2 weeks ago, Vice President Mike Pence decided not to wear a mask during a visit to the Mayo Clinic. However, our instigator-in-chief has refused to wear a mask for the entire time. As usual, they used the lame excuse that the greater number of cases was only due to a ramp-up in testing. Here's what the former head of the CDC, Tom Frieden, told Fox News. I can tell you with 100% certainty that more states are seeing real increases, not due to more testing, but due to the rapid increase of the virus. Where was our instigator-in-chief? Still licking his wounds from a botched Tulsa rally where a packed house was expected, but where 2/3 of the seats remained empty. Still refusing to wear a mask, attempting to send a message to save a dying reelection campaign.
Rally in Tulsa, Oklahoma, drawing a much smaller than expected crowd. The president had boasted that 1 million people requested tickets, and he promised to fill the 19,000-seat arena. But the Tulsa fire marshal tells NBC News that 6,200 people showed up, leaving rows of empty seats.
Hiding in his bunker, a total embarrassment.
as president. And it struck me, this guy who says very little by accident, does very little in front of the cameras by accident, sometimes allows his face to tell the story.
Let me tell you, it's so bad around the rest of the country that here in New York, once the epicenter of the coronavirus, we now have to impose a mandatory 14-day quarantine for visitors coming into New York from 9 different states. One of Trump's big election lines in 2016 was that the world was laughing at America. That wasn't true then, but now the reality is even worse. The whole world isn't laughing at America. They are pitying us. Forget the second wave. We haven't even gotten over the first. Sadly, the worst is yet to come. For we are America, the weak, the sick, and the feeble. God help us.